What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. Tons of madness to give you this week. As always, the first link below is going to take you over to the Blogspot. That's where you can find all these links. Let's start off with this. U.S. Navy commander found murdered in Orange Park, Florida hotel. Another high-ranking military member down, this time murdered. This local media, I'll put a link to it. From theexaminer.com, media blackout. SEAL Team 6 finally gets a congressional hearing. We'll never know the truth of any of that. Put a link to it. My heart goes out to the families, as always. From the Blaze, Obama's voter ID scam busted! Exclamation point. Again, that'll go nowhere. Put a link to it. Let's see other news. Breaking update. West Virginia. Legislators vote to nullify federal hemp ban. Right on. Go West Virginia. Put a link to this from Swan. Another one from Swan. Venture capitalists plan to divide California into 6 separate states. Moves forward. This posted February 21. 6 separate states, huh? California, what is your problem? Meanwhile, Alec Baldwin doesn't like, let's see, Anderson Cooper and Rachel Maddow, says he's going to go out of the public eye. Put a link to this from E. Not sure why I have that link. From the Blaze, Apple security. Be advised if you're an Apple user. Apple security breach should scare you more than Target's did. Put a link to this. Come out February 24. Moving on. From The Guardian, Operation Optic Nerve. Millions of Yahoo webcam images intercepted by GCHQ. I believe that is the security agency for the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Between, let's see, 2008, 2010, I stopped using Yahoo eons ago. But be advised if you're a Yahoo user. One more in the general bin. Rest in peace, Harold Ramis, Ghostbusters star and writer, dead at 69. Definitely will be missed. Too many movies to even mention. Just a great, talented person gone. Rest in peace. Put a link to it. Over to financial news. How the Dow Jones Industrial Average did Friday. The Dow ended up 16,321. Do I hear 17? Do I hear 18,000? Put a link to this from ABC News. Meanwhile, Bitcoin exchange MTGOX is finished. This came out February 22nd. Never did get involved in Bitcoin. People always ask me about Bitcoin. I don't know anything about it. From Zero Hedge, JP Morgan to fire thousands of workers. Put a link to this. This came out on the 24th. May that have something to do with all these people committing suicide? Meanwhile, another sudden death of JP Morgan worker, 34-year-old. Now, this happened back before all of this recent rash of suicides and deaths and everything. This happened December 15th of last year. The article goes on to say how normally this wouldn't even be, suspicious. The guy just died. People die every day. But given all these other deaths, here's another one to add to the list, again from December of last year. Put a link to it. Meanwhile, Rome, days away from filing bankruptcy. Put a link to this. Damn, Rome, you scary. Put a link to this. Let's see. Russia's Lurk Oil stops oil supplies to Odessa refinery. Says you need to pay your bills. This goes on to talk about something about massive debt. I don't know. Put a link to it. Or does that have something to do with the Ukraine thing? I don't know. I'll get to Ukraine in a minute. This story pissed me off this week. Did you see this? Fed seized gold coins worth $80 million from Pennsylvania family. Something about they were supposed to be turned into the government years ago and they never were. And, a grandfather died or something like that and they found them. I don't know. Government says you can't keep that. That belongs to us. Read the story. It'll piss you off. From Swan, we got Arizona legislators pass bill to authorize gold and silver as legal tender. Wow. Right on. Put a link to this 4 days ago. Meanwhile, check this out. Obamacare now appearing on your restaurant bill. Did you see this? Check out. They got a picture of the receipt. 20 cents for ACA surcharge. Affordable Care Act coming at you. Meanwhile, check this out. IRS warns Obamacare tax must be paid with 2015 tax return. Put a link to it. You ain't getting jack from me. From National Review Online, let it be known, terrorists do work for the government. They are on the payroll. Check this out. Convicted terrorist worked as Obamacare navigator in Illinois. There was a time in which I might be surprised. I'll put a link to this. And one more in the financial bin. Somebody started a petition. It only has 2 signatures. We got to get more signatures on this petition. Cut the Congress of the United States pay by same percentage as any money taken from enlisted military personnel or retirees. Again, this only has 2 signatures. We got to please pass this around. It needs 99,998 more to be addressed by the White House. I'll put a link to it. Over to New World Order Police State News. I'm sad to say I have a lot of this week. Americans rising up against the government? Question mark. This from USA Today. Boy, years ago you might have saw this on a conspiracy website. No, this is mainstream news now. Might be because of some of the stories I'm about to give you next. Connecticut sends out first confiscation letters this February 25th from WeAreChange. Got another one to back it up from the Blaze. Is gun confiscation on the way in Connecticut? Owners of newly illegal firearms may soon start receiving notices. Well, this is updated. They did receive these notices. If you scroll down, they got a copy of the notice. You better turn in your firearm, this or that, or else. I got yet another one. Official CT state police spokesman says that police would participate in door-to-door confiscations. This is a 7.5-minute YouTube video you really want to listen to. It's just audio. Someone called the Connecticut State Police and questioned someone there about the constitutionality. Apparently he didn't want to talk about the Constitution. He went so far as to call this woman un-American, I believe, if this is the same video that I listened to. He doesn't care about the Constitution. He says you should call your representatives if this and that. And the lady says, well, if they're passing unconstitutional laws, well, he doesn't want to talk about that. Anyway, I'll put a link to it. You really want to listen to the audio. Is Connecticut going to be the test state for gun confiscation? Certainly appears that way. To all my friends in Connecticut, I support you. Do not give up your firearms. You know, they want a war with the American people. Are they going to start it in Connecticut? It sucks the direction that all this is going, but apparently it is going in that direction. So I'll put all these links. Please pass them around. Got other news here. NYC officer pulls gun in a snowball fight and then lies about it. Says he was being attacked. He clearly wasn't being attacked. ABC 7 has the video on that. Put a link to it from the Mail Online. This should piss you off. Talk about a police state. Talk about wanting to take firearms away. Listen to this. Disabled Vietnam veteran, 70 years old, shot in the stomach by police after he reached for his cane during a traffic stop. Disabled veteran reaches for his cane during a traffic stop, gets shot in the stomach. This is absolute bullshit. From the Mail Online. Just more in a series of crap that never stops, it seems. I think he's going to survive. My heart goes out to him and his family. I just don't even know what to say anymore. From the Blaze, she allegedly went for a simple jog in her toe shoes, so why did she end up screaming and in handcuffs? I didn't effing do anything wrong. Yeah, you did. You went for a walk without your papers. Where are your papers? It's the direction we're heading in. I'll put a link to it. From the Sun, Baltimore County Police investigating videotaped arrest incident. Check this out. Law enforcement officers tell someone, someone says, I thought I had freedom of speech. The officer says, I just took your freedom of speech away. Really now? Put a link to it. Check it out. From 9 Oklahoma, lawyer releases video of man's death in police custody. And more. I believe this was the theater. This was at the movie theater where the gentleman died in police custody. Another video you want to check out. You can hear the lady's husband, I believe. I'm sorry, the man's husband. The man's wife screaming in the background. She's the one shooting the video, I believe. Her husband dies while in custody. I'll put a link to it. Just more, I don't even know what to say. From WeAreChange, special needs children choked, tackled, electrocuted, and killed in schools. Graphic video warning. More reality for you. Let's see, another one from WeAreChange. Supreme Court rules that cops do not need a warrant to search your home. This came out February 27th. Now, a lot of people send me this link. This isn't really new. I mean, it is news, but, you know, the NDAA and the Patriot Act and all that already says that if they deem you a, you know, possible terrorist, they can go into your home without a warrant, without you being home. You know, you could be arrested with no charges revealed to you and held indefinitely and all that. So this is just like a capstone on that. The Supreme Court actually says, and we're supposed to trust the Supreme Court, huh? You know, that's like earlier when I gave you that link about that woman calling the Connecticut State Police, and the police officers actually talking about your legislators and Supreme Court. If they deem it's a law, then we have to enforce the law. These laws are tyrannical. You're just doing your job, right? I don't know. I'll put a link to all this stuff. Meanwhile, Army gives out $500,000 armored tanks for free. More militarization. Your local police department want a free tank? Put a link to this. again, years ago, you would have heard about this on a conspiracy website, InfoWars, or someplace like that. No, this is Bloomberg. This is mainstream news now. We told you all this shit was coming. We did. Gun owners, we don't want this to become the Ukraine. Exactly. Got some Ukraine news for you. U.S. gun owners, we definitely don't want to be throwing sticks and stones at the police state when they come. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, catching up on the Ukraine. This is actually, I don't know about this story. If this is true, then cool. Riot police get on their knees and beg for forgiveness for taking part in Ukraine crackdown. It's never too late to do the right thing. I'll just put it that way. Put a link to this from WeAreChange. Over to, I'm sorry I'm getting worked up. This crap just, it never stops. It's just utter madness. Over to, where are we now? World War III news. Everybody's watching. We're all watching this thing with the Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine pleads for help against Russian invasion. This come out on February 28. Put a link to this from BuzzFeed. Russian occupation, question mark. Ukraine says Russian troops tried to seize 2 airports. This from the Blaze. This is no good, this thing. You know, this could very well be the start of World War III. I know we've said that a lot of times, but it's no good. And check this out. This is from Breitbart. Sarah Palin, mocked in 2008 for warning that Putin may invade Ukraine if Obama's elected. Did she have some inside information in 2008? It's awfully funny. Here we have Russia about to invade the Ukraine. I don't know. I'll put a link to this. Meanwhile, Russian spy ship docked in Havana. Not far from the United States sits a Russian spy ship. What are they doing down there? I don't know. Put a link to that from Yahoo News. From 2 News, this is a local media out of somewhere. Anti-terror drill simulates multiple attacks at Naval Air Station Fallen, wherever that is. Put a link to this. What's up with that? I don't know. Just normal training? Are they expecting something? One more in the World War III bin from the Daily Caller. Caption this. Netanyahu and Angie Merkel stage historical reenactment. Apparently Netanyahu holds his finger up and puts a Hitler mustache on Merkel. Do you think that's funny? I don't know. I'll put a link to it. Just sick. Just sick. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news. Got a lot of this week. Winter storm to hit central and eastern USA this weekend. Be advised. This storm is on its way. Put a link to it from USA Today. More snow coming at you. Meanwhile, X-Flare, most intense flare of 2014 so far. This come out February 25th. Yeah, we had an X-Flare. Was not Earth-directed, I believe, but it was a big one. Put a link to that. If you saw a fireball in the sky Sunday night in central New York, you were not alone. Fireballs reported 25 February. This from local media out in New York. Put a link to this. More fireballs. Mysterious polo light. This is crazy going on out in California now. Check this out. Mysterious polio-like illness affects kids in California. Put a link to this from USA Today. They don't know what's going on. I got another one here if it'll load. Bay Area children paralyzed by mysterious disease. This come out 24 February. Now, might it have something to do with Fukushima radiation? From Yahoo News, Fukushima's radioactive ocean water arrives at West Coast. Are the two connected? I don't know. A lot of mysterious stuff going on off the West Coast. Be advised. From Yahoo News, more radiation detected near New Mexico nuke site. Be advised if you're in New Mexico. This come out 24 February. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, we had cooling tubes. Let's see. Apparently, let's see. Let me scroll down here. Cooling tubes at FPL St. Lucie nuclear plant show significant wear. This is in Florida. Be advised if you're in Florida, you want to know about that. All kinds of just nuclear radiation problems. This is terrible, man. Dire message from feds. No water this year to California. Put a link to this. Be advised if you're in California, there is a water problem. You're probably already aware of it. Meanwhile, IBM solar collector magnifies sun by 2,000 times. These could provide power to the entire planet. Interesting concept. Put a link to this. Come out 21 February, although I don't think the oil companies would ever let that happen. Multiple scientists confirm the reality of free energy. Here's the proof. Put a link to this from Collective Evolution. Put a link. Like I say, the oil companies never let that happen. Although, you know, that's the corporate greed. But we all know that, don't we? Over to strange and bizarre news now. Got a lot of strange and bizarre news this week. Dead Mississippi man. This is bizarre. Dead Mississippi man begins breathing in embalming room. Coroner says he was in the body bag. He was declared dead. They were about to embalm him, and he comes back to life. That's freaky, man. This CNN mainstream news, February 28. This story's all over the place, though. Crazy. Police chief argues weed killed 37 people in Colorado. Cites outlet that it's just made it. Let's see. Cites outlet that just made it up. Police chief thinks marijuana is killing people. Might be killing people's food budgets. I'm sure everybody's snacking. I don't know if it's killing people. I don't know. From the Los Angeles Times, Google Glass wearing woman posts video of alleged San Francisco bar attack. Google Glass is not welcome here. Put a link to this. I saw this. Crazy. People don't want Google Glass in their establishment. That's their right. Michigan man kills himself while demonstrating gun safety. Here's your sign. This is from RT. Meanwhile, check this out. Dispute involving pregnant woman leads to flare gun shooting. Ban flare guns. This is Fox 2 News local out of St. Louis. Let's see. Student suspended, criminally charged for fishing knife that was left in his father's car. This from Yahoo News via the Daily Caller. This crap is getting ridiculous. Someone forgot that there was a fishing knife in the car. Apparently his car was just chosen to be searched at random. Violation of his constitutional rights, but never mind that. I don't know, I'll put a link to this. That should have been in the police statement, but I just thought it was strange and bizarre. Meanwhile, Pope Francis kisses his mini-me to kick off Carnival. You sick bastard, get your hands off that kid. I'm sorry, I don't trust any of those people. That from CBS News, put a link to it. Government handbook for internet trolls is uncovered. Put a link to it from WND. CBS Los Angeles has this. LAPD marks Day Without Crime in San Fernando Valley. Day without crime, huh? Yeah, right. Meanwhile, this is the strangest video I've seen in a long time. You know, while the CHP is busy arresting firemen for doing their job, you want to check this out. People that endanger other people in Oakland behave badly. Look what's going on in Oakland, California. This is absolute insanity. It's not long. It's less than 3-minute video. People in Oakland have lost their damn minds, and the cops aren't doing anything about it. Well, you got to watch the video. Cops are too busy arresting firemen. But I'll put a link to it. Just bizarre, bizarre video. Oakland, what the hell is the matter with you? For all other news, please check my favorites. I have favorited literally tons of videos this week. At least scan over the titles. I realize a lot of us go to the same forums and outlets and stuff to get news, so a lot of stuff you're probably already aware of. But go over the titles because there's probably 10, 20 new videos over in my favorites. I'll definitely put a link to that. Got some shout-outs this week. Shout-out to Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts selling cookies outside pot dispensary. Sell 117 boxes in 2 hours in Colorado. Right on. Go Girl Scouts. Sell your cookies. A lot of hungry people out there, I'm sure. Shout-out to Naomi Wolf. WeAreChange interviewed Naomi Wolf on Edward Snowden and Revolution and whatnot. 5.5-minute video for Naomi Wolf fans. You want to check that out. Shout out to, let's see, Day of Resistance. Shout out to New Hampshire. New Hampshire gun rights advocates continue their fight. Right on, this from the Examiner on February 24. One more shout out and rest in peace. Funeral procession for procession and memorial honors fallen firefighter Bruce Britt, Columbia, Missouri firefighter, killed in the line of duty when a walkway collapsed on him. Tragic story. We have to remember our first responders, especially when they're killed in the line of duty, trying to keep others safe. Definitely rest in peace to this fireman. They got some good pictures of the procession and whatnot. I'll put a link to it. Rest in peace, man. Thank you for your service. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this week. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. Never want to see it again. Please rate, though. It helps it move around. Rate every video you watch. Believe it or not, you know, even if you're not a video creator, it helps. It helps us who do put out videos. It helps the work get around. You want to spread the message? Rate the videos. It does work. You can also follow me on Google, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Facebook, Twitter for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, stuff like that. Put all those links at the bottom. Always another week of madness. Just utter madness. What's going on with the thing with Russia going to invade the Ukraine? I don't know. Connecticut, do not give up your firearms. I fully support you. And that's all I got, guys. I will see you on the next one. You guys take care. Stay safe.